What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to one of the first outside videos with my new Corvette C8. Today we have my first review on it. So I have had this car for just about a little over a week, and I have already put 1,000 miles on it. Oh, a little over 1,000 miles. I've been absolutely breaking in this car, testing it, seeing what it does, what it can do, what it can't do, and I have learned a lot of stuff about the car in the little time I've had it. So I'm here to tell you if I think it is a good car for the money and if you should get one for yourself. So off the bat, let's talk about just the exterior look. Then we're gonna get to the interior, we're gonna get to the performance, we're gonna get behind the wheel, drive the car a little bit, and yeah, so we're covering the whole vehicle today. Exterior, let's start with the looks. This car looks, well, like a supercar. It's trying to be a supercar, clearly. I think considerably this car is just a high-end supercar, the Stingray. When you get into the Z06, the ZR1, ZR1 in my opinion is a hypercar. Z06 is pretty much a supercar. It competes with all of them. This, I wouldn't say it's a supercar. This is just a high-end sport car. The power, I feel like it kind of lacks a little bit. It does have 495 horsepower. I've driven faster cars. I've driven actual supercars, so clearly I'm a little biased, but for what it is, for the price point, you can get these cars. You can get this package, lower interior, like 1LT package, for around, I've seen them go for as low as 55,000 with like higher mileage on them, but you can get them pretty cheap nowadays compared to where, you know, when they first launched, people were paying 30K over sticker, about 100,000 for just a Stingray, just so they can get in one of these cars. But for the price point, I would say the power, it's good enough. The one thing I don't like is the brakes. I really feel like they could have gone bigger brakes on this. Stopping isn't as good as it could be performance-wise. I basically daily drive this thing in the highest settings, highest power, highest steering, highest suspension that you can have on the car. So, you know, I'm pretty much maxing it out every time. The looks of the car, the exterior, absolutely amazing. In the front, I feel as towards you get to the back, they kind of gave up on the vehicle, but I mean, just kind of like look at it. It's beautiful. Depending on what color you get, it gets a lot of attention. I have had this car for a week. Everywhere I go, people will be looking at the car. I've gotten plenty of compliments, which I absolutely love. People actually confuse it with supercars. I've had a couple of people think it was a Ferrari. I well informed them it is not a Ferrari. And I took it to Cars and Coffee, and I was actually shocked because there was people taking photos in front of it where if you're a car person, you know, it's just a Corvette. That's the other thing. This car in person, absolutely no hate. That actually says a lot about social media. The only place this car is going to get hate if you have one is social media. That is the only place this car gets hate that I have experienced. In person, I have gotten absolutely no hate. I've gotten people that absolutely love the car. I've gotten plenty of compliments on the car. The only place this car gets hate is online. And I feel like a lot of people that hate on the car have never actually experienced the car for the price point that you get this car at. The power is nice. And for it being a rear-wheel drive muscle car, this thing can handle. I have taken it on back roads plenty of times. I have Pilot Sport 4s on here, PS4s, and given it's a very good tire. This thing hugs and it is very driver focused. It will keep traction very well on back roads, even when pushing it, which I was honestly surprised by. I've driven a X-Drive G80 M3 competition on back roads. Clearly that one handles a little better than this, but comparatively, this car can handle pretty well on back road. I'm not saying it can't lose traction though. If you want to lose traction in this car, it is very easy. You turn ECS all the way off, keep it in low gear, and just pound it, you know. And you're spinning easily, you're sliding easily, which me personally, I like that you can have these options, you know. Performance-wise, definitely lacks. Could easily be fixed with a tune and a couple mods here and there. But if you're looking for a good daily driver that gets attention and is a sports car and has a sports car feel and kind of power to it, this car for the price point you can get them at nowadays is absolutely perfect. Let's get to the actual kind of storage and walk around of the exterior of the car, and then we are going to go ahead and hop on the interior and get a close look. So, actual exterior of the car. It looks like a supercar, which is why I think it gets hated on. People think the C8 is trying to be something it's not. Well, it clearly is. When it gets to the Z06 and the Z01, it is completely justified. The Stingray, eh. So, let's start in the front. Aggressive look, I absolutely love. I love what they did with the front. A cool feature I like, which not a lot of cars have, that have the front, is a button to open the front. So underneath here, there's a little button you press, opens up the front. You get a nice amount of front storage space. Little net here to keep stuff. Little Velcro here. I keep a microfiber in there because bird poops on the car. I want to get that off immediately. Another one right here. You got a Volt little port here. Plug something in. I used that to adjust the tires once. But yeah, pretty much pretty cool. Not soft close, unfortunately. You got to push that down. But walking towards the back, as you can tell, if you don't get the Targa option, the top does come off. 3 easy clicks inside, which are super easy to do. I absolutely love it. If you don't get the Targa option, you don't get this window look, which on the ones that don't have the Targa, they have the automatic pull back. It looks kind of plain towards the back. It kind of like, you know, looks super cool up front, and from here it kind of just dies off. If you take the wing off, the rear end of this car, it looks like a box. They really kind of just gave up, in my opinion, towards the back. It still has a pretty sleek look. The diffuser's pretty nice. I like the quad tip exhaust. Taillights are pretty cool. The window, if it wasn't there, I feel like it kind of just really lacks. Borla exhaust on here, which makes the car sound good. Without it, the car, it still sounds good, but it's not the best. But let me go ahead and pop that up. Another cool feature is this key is completely ran through by the previous owner. The car, not so much. He took good care of the car, not the key. So you have the double click for the front, double click for the back, lock, unlock, and what a lot of cars, well, muscle cars do have, but a lot of supercars don't actually have is a remote to start. This thing I could start up from, I would guess, that building over there, which is about 150 feet away. Those kind of boxes over there, down there, I could probably start this thing up from about a football field away, let it warm up, which I really like because I like to let my car warm up. And the storage is absolutely beautiful. So you get this giant storage back here. You can throw some golf clubs in there. That's a high sell point because a lot of the drivers of these cars are super old. So they love that they could throw their golf clubs back in here. The Targa top clicks into these little points, 4 little points, which makes it super easy to store. And you can still throw some stuff back in here. I actually took this to Costco recently, and this thing is a amazing grocery getter. And of course, another sweet feature is you have the engine right here. Another cool feature, throw this down, soft close. A lot of cars don't have that, you know, the soft close. Well, a lot of cars do have it, but I'm very happy that the rear has the soft close. Makes it a whole lot easier. I wish they did that in the front as well. Pretty much it for the exterior. Like I said, it could have used some bigger brakes. That is the only downside, I would say, on the exterior, as well as the clearance. I almost forgot to mention that. So, as you can see, ride height stock is pretty high. But then they went ahead and threw these little skirts down here, you know, protect the underside, but it makes the clearance even worse. So if you don't have the front lift kit, which I do not have the front lift option, you're scraping, not all the time, but stock ride height, you're not going to scrape too much. But if you wanted to lower the car just a little bit, you would be scraping a whole lot more. I'm thinking first mod I'm going to do on the vehicle is actually a front lift to make it look a little lower. Maybe some spacers on the wheels to push them out a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it exterior wise. Let's go ahead and head on in to the interior, get some driving, and get some interior talk going. I have it in Z mode. Let me go ahead and put it in manual for you guys. See how quickly it actually shifts. And downshift. Second gear. Yeah, acceleration is pretty quick, as you can tell. I'm gonna put it back into auto so we can get a better feel for it. Let's see, there is supposed to be a 0 to 60 performance kind of a test for it. So boom, there it is right there. This is actually the first time the 0 to 60 test has worked for me. 3.6 seconds. That's not too bad. I feel like it can definitely go a little quicker if I wanted it to. But yeah, so let's go ahead and make a turn right here. Another thing I love about this car is the steering wheel. So the steering wheel kind of has more of a race kind of focus to it. The square kind of F1 feel to it. The shifting is instantaneous, which is amazing. Going back to the gas, I have about 3/4 of a tank, and it says I have 139 miles till empty, which clearly isn't the best, you know. But like I said, if I drive outside of Z mode and just normal like tour mode, I get like 350 miles per gallon. But let's go ahead and actually test out the sound system in here. Let's see.
Some things on the rise.
What do we have here? Churchill down. About 25% right here on volume wise.
Sometimes when I sit back and really let it register,
Super crisp,
I did everything
super
I
nice
said I
audio.
would've said it first. I mean the world's in denial, but they all know what I'm headed for. We about to feed these youngins to the metaverse. Right here just trying to pen a verse, cause I'm done.
Alright, that's enough of that. I'm not trying to get copyrighted. But yeah, this car interior wise is super nice. Let me go ahead and get to the next location. We're gonna go ahead and park up. There's enough driving, and we are going to talk more about the interior. I have the sport display right here on the car. Gives it more of that kind of aggressive feel to it. You get your PSI, of course, on the tires, temperature, which I really like, temperature outside, time, temperature of the car. I usually like to let it warm up to about 175 before I really like, you know, beat on it. Gas right there shows you the mileage. Very nice paddle shifters that come from factory, which I really like. They're super nice to, you know, use. You get your Apple CarPlay here. Now we can go ahead and shut off the car because that's all the tech stuff. Boom, just like that. Shuts off like that. And then more on the interior, it has heated steering wheel. Here's where the Z mode is, and then volume, stuff like that. These gears, at first I was not a big fan of them, but slowly over time I actually kind of grew on me. I like how you can just flick them like that. I feel like it kind of lacks here. I feel like they could have done more with it. It just does mode. I mean, it's all right. Traction control on and off. Another cool feature about this car is the cameras. Let me actually have to turn it back on again. So the cameras. So the visibility on this car is terrible, which is one of the major downsides of it. So it has cameras everywhere depending on what package you get. I think the 1LT doesn't have cameras everywhere, which is really unfortunate because you do need them. So here it has like front cameras and then the rear cameras, wider rear, front again, with the lines, without the lines. And then up here, because the visibility is so bad, the rear view mirror is actually a camera. You could decide to have it on or off, but it actually is amazing. I really like that option that it has that. Now I think I could turn off the car. So there we go. And then one thing I feel the interior is kind of like not the best for is this giant bar of just climate control. I really feel like they could have just, you know, maybe put something right here, even introduced it into here. But it's literally just a bar made for climate control. I mean, it's like, you know, it's right there in the way. It's not being avoided. I feel like they just put it there to put it there. You have your vents. Steering wheel, of course, that's like kind of square feel to it. And then over here, I just figured this out, that you can actually set your seats. I was looking for this forever. I thought it was going to be on like the side of the seat. It turns out it's right here on the speaker. The Bose speakers on this package I have, 14 speakers all around. Sound system is absolutely insane, as you saw in the video. Got your mirrors right here, which is pretty standard. Back here, it is a very inconvenient spot, but there is a phone charger place. So you drop your phone in here and it will charge your phone for you. It is in a terrible spot because it's behind you. You know, you're not going to be able to see your phone. but I mean, I guess it's cool. Little storage here, little button there that pops down, and then you have the bucket seats. So these are actually form-fitting bucket seats. You can adjust how you want it to fit your body. So these can come in, these come in. You can adjust the seat completely. And then that's what I really like are the bucket seats, and they're actually comfortable compared to, like, you know, the G80, the G82 bucket seats that I've been in. Getting up here, you have this. You can program to your kind of garage, mirror, pretty normal stuff. But up here is how you take off the Targa. So easily clips on and off these 3 points right here. That one like that, reclip like that. Super easy to do. And that pretty much covers the whole interior. So, all right, guys. Well, that's gonna wrap it. Got a little bit of driving in there, a little bit of an interior talk going on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Overall, I would give this car a solid 9 out of 10. You want to leave a little room because there's always room for improvements, but for a daily driver, for the price point, for the performance, for what you get, I think it is all around a very reliable and very nice looking and pretty well performing car. If you are on the fence about one of these, I would highly recommend at least test driving one or renting one for a little bit, see how you like them, because I honestly love mine. And yeah, with all that being said, if you liked this video and you are looking forward to more videos with this C8 and this car and other cars in the future, make sure to drop a like, drop a sub, and leave a comment on what you thought about this car, why you like it, if you hate it, because I know a lot of you guys do. And I will see you guys in the next video.